Hi, welcome to DP Animations. So in this tutorial, we are going to be taking a look at a pre-wedding picture slideshow to be played on video walls or screens whilst the wedding is going on. Or it can also be converted into a wedding invitation or used as a memory slideshow. And if any of you have interest in any of my templates, please kindly request it here and it will be posted onto the Telegram channel for you to download. Alright, so let's start. Okay, so I have After Effects open here. Okay, let me upload some images into the scene. So I have these images here. Let me click and drag them in. So first, let me create a composition. Let me name it picture 1. Let me make it 1080 by 1080. Okay, all right. So now let me drag a picture into it, one of the pictures. Okay, let me drag this one into it. Let me scale it down. Okay, so now let me create a new solid layer, white, on top of the image. Let's go for the masking tool, rectangular masking tool. Then click and drag on the surface of the solid layer. So somewhere here is okay. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to create a frame around the picture. All right. So after creating this, just come to under the solid layer. It says here mask 1. Change from add to subtract. So you have this. Okay. Let me pull this one up a bit. Okay. So now you have this. So now you can duplicate picture 1 to have picture 2. Then duplicate again to have picture 3. So let me open the 3. So picture 3, let me replace the image there too. Let's see. Okay, this image you do. Let me scale it down. All right, let me clear the first one in. Okay, now picture 2. Okay, let me replace it with this image. Let me scale it down. Bring it down. Okay, now we are good to go. All right. After you have done replacing the images in each of the pictures, compositions, now let's create another composition. This one will be HD, 1920 by 1080, and let's name it Scene 1. Scene 1. Okay. Now, let's bring the first picture, which is picture 1, in. Make it 3D. Okay, let's make it 3D. So we have our Scene 1. Now let's create a flower composition. So let's click here, new composition. Let's make it 1080 by 1080. Okay, let's name it flower 1. Flower 1. Okay. Okay, now let's click and drag a flower into the scene. Let's see this one. Hit R for rotation. Set a key at the beginning. Then move the timeline to the last end there. Then go something like 1 rotation. So you have something like this. If it's too much, you can do it something like maybe 180. 180. Let's see the speed. Okay, this speed is okay. So let's duplicate flower 1. Control D. Thrice is okay. So let's open flower 2, then flower 3. So let's see. Let's replace the next flower. Hold the Alt key, click and drag to replace this one. Okay, so you have something like this. All right. Now the second one. Let's see which of the flower is left again. Let's see. Okay, the white one. Select this one. Hold the Alt key, click and drag to replace it. Okay, it's too big, so let me scale it down. Okay, so this is okay. So this one, you can decide the rotation. You can decide to go something like 90. 90 is okay. So that all the flower will have different rotation speed. Okay. All right. So the third one, let me go the cycle, rotation cycle, let me go something like 45. Okay, now let's come back to let's close these flower compositions and come to the scene 1. Okay, now let's click and drag the flower 1, 2, and 3 into the scene. Okay, all right, make them all of them 3D. Now come to the active camera view, then change from active to custom view 1. All right, now put the flowers in front of the picture. Come. Now let's see the white picture. Let it also come a bit forward. Let it be in the middle somewhere here. Then let me push it somewhere here. Then this one, let's come somewhere here. Now let's come to the active view. So I have this. Now select the 3 flowers, then push them to the bottom of the image. Okay. Okay, there's one thing that I forgot to add. Let's come to flower 1. Okay. Then on it, hit S for scale. Then from 1 second, let's set an ending key. Then move the timeline backwards. Then go 0 so that it will pop up slowly. Okay. You can decide to make it smoother, but let's leave it like this for now. So let's come to flower 2 to the same thing. Hit S, set a key, then move the timeline backwards, then go 0. Okay. All right. 3, the same thing. Set an ending key, move the timeline backwards, then go 0. Okay. All right. All right. So now let's arrange our scene now. Let me make this one small. S. Let me scale this one down a bit. Then move it to the right side so that it blocks the bottom here. Okay. Then the red one, and bring it in here a bit more. Scale it also down. Then the last one, let me just maintain the size of this one. Okay, and push this one here. Okay, now let me try to get a few. Let me see if there's a petal here. Okay, there's one flower left. Okay, I won't rotate this flower, so let me add this flower to the bottom somewhere here, then make it 3D. Okay, then let me push it to the other side and push it backwards, then position it somewhere here. Let me scale it down. The white flower, let me push it somewhere here a bit more. So we are creating our scene. All right. Once you are done with scene 1, you can duplicate the scene 1, then change the camera angles and stuff. Okay, here's the petal. So let me just click and drag the petal in, make it 3D, hit S, then scale it down. Okay. Then bring it forward a bit in front of the image a bit. Then just position it maybe in between these flowers. All right. You can decide to put a bit of rotation on it. Let's duplicate it. Then move one to this side. So for time's sake, let's just limit some of these things. All right. So once you are done with this, let's insert in a camera. So right click in, new camera. 50 millimeters is okay. All right. Move it up. Now, right click in new, then select null objects. Name the null object cam control. Cam control. Okay, make the cam control or null object 3D. So once you have made the cam control 3D, go to the menu bar, choose, then select the anchor point 2. Okay, then click and drag the null object's anchor point to the end, the tip end on your right of the picture. Okay, so somewhere here is okay. All right. Now go for the selection 2. All right. So once you have done placing the anchor point there, you see this pick whip, this para pick whip. click and drag it. That's for the camera. Map the camera to the control. Okay. Now hit R on the control. We are going to use the Z rotation for the animation, right? Okay. Now on 3 seconds, set an ending key on Z. Then the beginning, rotate somewhere till the image disappears in the clouds there. Okay. Now you may have something like this. Okay, it's moving slowly. So for time's sake, let me just reduce the resolution to half. Okay. So from here to here, something like 4 seconds. Let me go for something like 4 seconds. Okay, now let's see what we have. See that? All right. So this is for our first animation. So you can increase the flowers here. You see that when it's coming, it's hanging here. So you can decide to duplicate some of these flowers. Okay. Duplicate some of them. Bring them forward. Then place them under here. Then maybe scale them down. Let's add a cloud there. So let me see if I have a cloud picture here. Okay, I have one here. So let me bring it into the scene. Right? Make it a bit transparent. So maybe 80 is okay. 80. Then make it 3D. Right? Then maybe bring it forward a bit. So let me bring it under the images. Okay, so the flower will be in the, it's like they are on the clouds here. So let's see. See? Let me bring it down. Then scale it up a bit. Scale it up a bit. So that the bottom there will be covered. So let me see. All right. Duplicate some of these flowers. Let me see the white one. Let me duplicate it. Bring it forward. Then push it to this side. Scale it down a bit so that it won't be big, too big. Okay. So let me see. Then the petals. There's the petal. Duplicate it. Bring it forward a bit. Then position it somewhere here. So I think this is okay. Okay, let me leave it like this for now. So when it comes, it will stay there small. Okay, so somewhere here it's okay. And the cam control, then let's set an ending key there. That's a pause key, all right. Then move the timeline to something like 8 seconds. Then maybe on Z, it goes away again. Or you can just use a simple moving animation, which is the X moving animation. So maybe hit P on position. So let me set a starting key on position here. Then something like 8 seconds. 8 seconds, you can move your scene away. Okay, so that it goes away. All right. So once you are done with that, select all the keys. Then ease them. All right. Now let's put a bit of movement on the picture. So we come here, picture 1. Hit R for rotation on it. Okay. Then on Z rotation, let's go something like rotate it a bit, something like this. Okay. Then set a key at the beginning. Then come somewhere here. Then go something like -15. -15 and see. Too much. Let's go -10 or so. -10. So -10 is okay. Okay. So let's see what we have. Okay, so I think the distance here is too short, so let me open it up to something like 9 seconds or so. All right, so now that you are done with our scene 1, okay, what we do is, let's come to the browser window here. Okay, now let's duplicate scene 1 to have scene 2. So let's open scene 2 too. So let's create a folder and then arrange our items inside. Okay, so let's click here, then name this folder pictures. Enter. Then select the pictures, click and drag them into the folder. All right, drag them into the folder. All right, let's create another folder. Let's name it scenes. So scene 1 and 2, let's drag them in. All right, we have scene 2 open here. So what we are going to change here is, you see how the first scene disappears? It went on your left. Okay, so that's what we are going to do here. The coming in of scene 2 will come in from your right. So let me clear the rotation here. Okay, we'll clear the rotation. Then we'll use position animation here. So let's set a key on position. Then bring the timeline forward. Okay, then go this direction. Okay, so now I want a situation whereby when it's coming, flower petals or flowers will come in first before the image, so that the flower will act as an in-betweener between scene 1 and scene 2. So what I'll do is I'll duplicate, maybe let me duplicate the purple flower. Let me duplicate it. Then push this. Let me bring it to this side. Let me pull it up a bit. Then bring it outside. So let me see. Too big. So let me scale it down. And pull it in a bit more. Okay, so I'll have something like this. Still, I think it should come. Oh, let me go backwards. Let me see. So the position, let me move it a bit more away. Okay, so this is okay. So now you can duplicate, what is it? The purple. Okay, so from here to here, let's duplicate this one. Then move it out a bit. Then position it in here. So let me see the white flower. I think the white flower, let me hold the Alt key, then click and drag it onto it to replace it. Then scale it up a bit more. Okay, so this is okay. This is okay. So when it comes in like this, it will stay there small. Okay, then the disappearance, I can decide to clear this one so that when it's going, it will go upwards. So this one, let's go upwards. Let's go upwards. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me replace the picture of this scene first. So let me see. Picture 1. Let me replace it with picture 3 or picture 2. Hold the Alt key, then click and drag it to replace it. Okay. So now we have our scene 2 picture replaced here. Okay. So maybe you decide, let me scale this in up a bit more, or let me pull it up a bit. So this is okay. So now let's see what we have in our scene 2. See, it comes in slowly, then goes up. Okay. So now that we have this, our third scene will be the image coming from the bottom then up. Okay, so now let's duplicate scene 2 to have scene 3. Then let's open scene 3. Okay, so the beginning, let's clear the position beginning and let the image come from the bottom. So let's move on cam control, let's move the image down so that it will come from the bottom. All right, okay. So what we do is, let's select a couple of the flowers here, a couple of the flowers here. Let me duplicate these flowers. Okay, then move them upwards. Okay, let me come in here and move them up. So these flowers will act as a bridge between the scene 2 and the scene 3. Okay, all right. So we have this. So now the disappearance of this one, let's use it to end. Okay, so the ending, maybe let me just zoom it towards us. Okay, let me just zoom in towards us. Then it goes this side. Then zoom in again. Then it disappears. So I think this ending is okay. All right. Okay, so now we are done with the scenes arrangement. All right. So now, because of time's sake, we won't be able to do some of the little details on it. All right, just some like details like changing positions of the pictures and aligning some of the pictures to other side. Okay, all right, so now let's create another composition. 30 seconds frame. Let me make this one 00 and this one 30. Then make it HD. The name is main. Okay, so this is our main. All right, so first let's bring scene 1. Okay, so this is our scene 1. All right, our scene 1, it ends somewhere here. So let's bring the scene 2 on top of it. This one is going, this one will also be coming in. Okay, so scene 2 followed by scene 3. Let's bring scene 3 up. Okay, all right, so this is okay for our scene. All right, so now let's bring, maybe let me come to pictures and bring some background here that I have. So this image, let me fit it to come. It's just a simple gradient white background that I've created. You can create it here straight. So now let's see how well our scenes are laid. Let's see. So this is our scene 1. See, then it goes, then scene 2 comes in. All right, then it also goes, then scene 3 comes in. You see, simple, right? So once you are done arranging this, all that is left is adding some particles and light to the scene. Okay, if you have particles, if you can download some particles online, then add it to the scene. But maybe later on I will create particle elements and stuff and place on my channel for anyone to download. All right, so once you are done with it, you can decide to maybe add, let me, new adjustment layer on top of this. Then let me add the lights on top of it. So lens flare, let me just add lens flare to it. Okay, then maybe, I think this should have been done at the back door there. So the bottom here, let me increase the brightness a bit. So I want image from, let's see, hit E on the flare Press center. I'll set a key on the center. So from here, let me set a key there so that it will follow the path of the cloud. Right? So from here to here, let me bring it down. Come. And let's go here. Okay. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to max away the cloud so that you won't see it well, and the flower a bit. Okay, so from here to here, then I'll come here, move it somewhere down here. Okay, so this is also another style of doing this. So let me set an ending there. Then the disappearance up there, you move this to here. Then you follow up somewhere here. Okay. So going away, let it be down here. Okay. So this is okay. So like this, you see. So the surface of the picture or the flowers aren't too sharp. Okay. There's a bit of light covering it. Okay. But all these, if you have particles and you lay it on it, then you are gone. But because of time, I can't be creating particles now. It will waste a whole lot of time. That's why I decided to go with this style. So this style is quite simple, actually. Okay. So from here, maybe, let me see if I have any image that's... So I have some light material here, glass light material here. You can just add it to the scene. So something like this, and you are gone. You see? So you see our scene. A simple picture slide wedding animation that can be played on the video wall. Okay, whilst the wedding is going on, this can be played on the video wall. It can also be converted into a wedding invitation video. All right? Although this is made purposely to be played on a video wall whilst the wedding is going on, we can still adjust it to do a video wedding invitation. Okay? So simple, and you are done. All right, guys. The rest, you can just add the names of the people. Just, let me see. Let me insert in text here at the beginning. Let me insert text. So you can just type. So let me scale it down. The beginning name. Okay. So it can be here. Then maybe, let's see, you can decide to add a bit of tracking to it. Okay. So all that you have to do is just come in here. Text. Inside text, come to animate. Okay. Then tracking. Okay. So the tracking, let's see the tracking amount. Let me go something like this. Let me just open it up a bit more. So this is okay. So you have something like this. Then you cut it here. All right. Where it ends, just end it there. Okay. Then you can just duplicate this one and bring it to the last end there. The last end. You see that? So this is basically the simplified version of the templates that I've created. All right. And guys, if you need a template, just request it here on YouTube and it will be posted onto the Telegram channel for you to download. All right.